Up today is the LA Police Gear Operator Backpack. LA Police Gear initially had their 3-day backpack, which was a heck of a deal at $29.99. Previously reviewed that, and I'll put the link up here. And then they came out with this bag that has just a little bit more to it, and this is also a heck of a deal at $44.99. Comes in 3 colors, black, OD, and Coyote. This is the Coyote. This bag, you put it made by some of the other companies, 511, Maxpedition, Condor, and I'm sure would go for $130. But again, LA Police Gear is somehow able to manufacture this stuff much cheaper. This is made in China, I believe, for those of you that are wondering. But again, it's a great deal at that price and has a lot of stuff in it that I'll try and cover here. I'll try and go outside to inside. So let's start with the front of the bag here. On the front here, up on the top, there's some Velcro for name patches, morale patches, whatever you want to put up there. Lots of PALS webbing here. On the bottom here, there is a pouch, and I'll show you the inside of the pouches and the zippers in a little bit. But pouch down here on the bottom. On the bottom, speaking of that, there are some drainage holes. If the inside of the bag gets wet, both on the bottom and the inside of that front pouch. And then also some more PALS webbing down here if you needed to attach some stuff. The bag on each side is symmetrical. So on the bottom of each side, there is a pouch down here, and then there are compression straps. Now here's one of the places where they have just some nice little things added in. So these compression straps, I hate dangly webbing, such that on some of my other bags I used the the Web Dominator that I reviewed, which works great. But on this, you don't need that because they include these little pieces of Velcro here. And all that does, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either wrap it around and then just put it down like that. Oops. Put it down like that and it keeps it there. Keeps it out of the way. Or alternatively, another way to do it, which keeps it a little bit neater, is the way I've done here, where you just kind of roll it up and then cinch it around and nice and tucked out of the way. So compression straps, top and bottom. While I'm on these compression straps, a note on them, they are too big. The top one specifically, I think they're probably both the same size, but the top one, if you put it into sort of its most efficient form where it's half and half, there is still a ton of space there. So that's easily remedied, as I did on the other side. Just wind it down some, wind that into there, and then it's going to be much better for compressing the bag if you need to. Although the only problem with this, though, is that it's harder to release. So take that for what it's worth. I wish these straps were about, this much shorter, so they're just a little bit long. But I think they use, like I said, the same length straps on the top and the bottom ones have to go around this pouch down here. Carry handles, there's 3 carry handles, 1 on each side. You carry it this way, and then also 1 on the top. And those seem all very sturdy, very easy to carry it. If you want to carry it briefcase style, 2-handed, or just simply from the top, all those will work just fine. On the back, so there's the 2 main shoulder straps. They're pretty well padded. Seem to be sewn in pretty well up at the top here. There's some straps here that you can run water tubing down because this does have the irrigation bladder pocket that you can put a 3-liter irrigation bladder in, and then you can run the tubing down through these straps here. Plastic D-rings here, and then down here there's a chest strap which is movable. You can move that up. However, it is not removable, and that's something I don't like. On the 511 bag, you can take this out. On this one, you cannot. It's sewn in there. I'm probably not going to use the chest strap. We'll see if I leave it on there or cut it off, but it's not removable. I wish it was removable for that matter. On the bottom here, there is a waist strap. If you want to put this around your waist, snap that in, and then also these pieces here to hold that, more clips here to hold that in place. Now this is removable, which I appreciate because I don't think I'm going to use the waist strap. And the way you remove it is that there is some big thick Velcro on the inside here. And it is good and stuck in there. So once you get that undone, you can pull this out. Make sure you unbuckle these. Pull that out. Unbuckle the other side. There's that strap. Big piece of Velcro in there. You have to work a little bit to get that out. I don't think I'm going to use that, so get rid of it, but I at least wanted to show it to you that it was there. There's in some nice lumbar padding here for your low back to keep things comfortable. On the back here, they do try and have some padding here, kind of anatomical a little bit, I guess. Up here, down here, the lumbar padding. Right here is where the irrigation bladder goes. 3-liter irrigation pouch it will hold. There's also in this little flap on the back here, a piece of hard plastic, molded plastic with a metal strip that runs down the middle of it. So hard plastic there to give the back of it a little bit of firmness when you're carrying it, protect you from anything that might be in it, from it being too pokey or something like that. That will add a little bit of weight to it. This bag, it's not a real light bag. On the top here, the irrigation bladder comes out here, and this is fixed down on both sides. It seems to be sewn down here, so you just have to feed it up, and out the side here you can then run it down one of these straps and through this tubing here if you like. On the sides here, these are openings for antennas to come through if you like, if you want to have some of a radio on the inside of your bag, and there's one of those on each side. All right, so I think that's the outside. Let's have a look in some of these pouches now. This bottom one, just to give you an idea from the side, pretty big, pretty deep. The zippers all have sort of paracord zipper pulls with plastic pulls. This front one on the inside, up here, 3 elastic mesh line pockets here. And then on the other side, on the back, is just one large pocket. Right there. Now this is a pretty, like I said, pretty deep. You can see in there, there's a lot of space down at the bottom. That's probably a good 2-3 inches deep there at the bottom. So, or yeah, depth-wise that way. So you can hold a lot of space in here. You know, on my other bag, I had my IFAC that I had it attached onto it. I'm wondering if maybe I'm just gonna take everything out of my IFAC and put it in here, because this is pretty well organized with some pockets, side pockets here, and then you can fit some other stuff in the middle. So I may end up just doing that if I don't stick my IFAC onto the front of it there. We'll see. Haven't really decided yet. That's that bottom pouch. The zippers on this, like I said, they're pretty easy to pull when they're exposed like this. Exposed there and exposed here. I'll come back to this in a minute. But where they're hard is on the edges here where they have this big lip over the zippers. And I assume that's to protect it from the water getting into it. But they can be quite hard to get into. Trying to pull them up around that zipper, sometimes they get a little bit stuck, both going in and back out. Sometimes, that time wasn't too bad, but sometimes they're a bit of a challenge, just as it was on the other bag. Up here, this zipper here, just one big pouch here all the way down to the bottom. Just one big, no dividers, just one big zippered pouch in there. And then behind that, there is another area. Again, sometimes a little bit hard to get these zippers to come down. And this one, bigger. Fold this down to show you. This one has some organization to it. There's 3 pouches, or 3 pockets back here, one there, one in front, and one in front, and you can probably put some papers, or, yeah, they almost look a little bit too narrow for that. I might be able to get some paper in there. This is a little bit noisy. Those of you that are concerned about noise with these bags. And then down here, there are these pockets that have these little Velcro elastic tabs on, and as you can see here, they will fit AR magazines. 3 pen pockets or whatever other small stuff you want to fit in there. And then up here, there's a little fob that you can stick a key on or whatever you want to attach to that. There is also a drainage hole in there, by the way, if that gets wet. But this pocket is pretty deep. You can see the full depth of it here. So lots of space to store stuff in there. Let's get into the main pocket now, the main part of the bag. All right. Now this opens pretty much clamshell design here. On the front of it, do this first, there are 2 mesh line zippered pockets here. One on the top, down halfway, up a little bit, and then one down on the bottom. Goes down and up just a little bit. And then the depth of the bag wise, you can see pretty deep down here. Again, probably 5-6 inches. So lots of space in there. And then there's compression straps on the inside. And the idea with these is that there's 2 on the bottom going across, and there's two vertical ones so that you can put clothes or packs or whatever kind of gear you want to put in there, and then cinch that down and lock it into place. Alternatively, you can just cinch these down if you want to get them out of the way if you're not going to use them, or I suppose you could cut them off if you wanted, but I think that'd be a handy way to get some stuff organized in there and not have it floating around if you like. Otherwise, like I said, just pull those in there, get them kind of tucked out of the way. So there's the inside of the bag. Again, you can put some radios in there, and then they go up through these pockets, or these holes right here, for the antennas if you need to. The hydration pouch opening comes from here and then goes up through the pocket up at the top here. These side pouches, forgot about these. More webbing on the side here, and then just one big pouch. Just to give you a rough idea, here's a Coke can, and it will swallow that up all the way down to here. So those, I don't have an Nalgene bottle to put in there, but plenty of space in there for drinks or whatever other stuff you want to put in there. And then the cinch strap goes right over that. But that is about it for this bag. It is, again, great deal for $44.95, 3 colors, lots of pockets, lots of nice little features on this bag that you would not expect at this price point. So if you're looking for a hiking bag, a travel bag, whatever you need it for, check out the LA Police Gear Operator Backpack.